So if you're a recording artist and you're wondering if you should worry about paying for the beat that you already made a song to, let me go over the reasons why you definitely should not worry about that. So there's two things a beginner recording artist should be worried about when they first start their whole musical journey. And the first one is, how am I gonna get these songs mixed and mastered, right? And the second is, how am I gonna get people to listen to these songs that I just made? So until you get that second part figured out, unfortunately, there's absolutely no reason for you to be paying for beats, because the only reason why not paying for beats is a problem is because these songs get so huge and these artists don't want to pay the people that made the actual beat that they're singing on. But if nobody's listening to your song, why would you go out here and pay for the beat? You're pretty much just giving these people money for no reason, because they won't even strike your song. They won't strike or copyright your song unless it gets over like 100,000 views or like 50,000 views or something like that. But if you're struggling to get past 10 views or streams or whatever on your song, there's absolutely no reason why you should be out here paying these artists. And it kind of makes me mad when I hear a lot of other people talking about how they just went out here and they paid all this money and they don't have the slightest clue about what it takes to actually build their music up and turn it into something that a lot of people listen to all the time. And they're pretty much just wasting money. And honestly, even when it comes to actually paying for a beat, I say pay for the least if it's something that's like kind of blowing up. Like the only song I've ever paid a little bit of money for was a song I made like 2 years ago, and it's like my most streamed song. So like I never knew it, that one, so I just went ahead and I paid for the lease on that one. But the only time I would say you actually need to buy the beat for a song is if you're at that 50,000 to 100,000 mark. A lot of people are listening to this song. That's when you should be like, okay, maybe paying like $200-300 will be a lot better than a whole lawsuit, you know? Because that's when things get really serious, when you make hit songs and you never paid for this beat. So technically the beat is still theirs. They still have rights to this song. Then you get sued and they take pretty much half of the money that you made off of this song, if not all the money that you made off of this song, which sucks really bad. So always keep that fact in mind. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is the relationship between quantity and money. And what I mean by that is, okay, take for instance, you're a rapper and you can make a few songs in a day. And you're wondering, okay, I make all these songs in a day, but these are all different types of beats, and each of these beats need to get paid for. You're telling me that before you drop any of these songs, and first off, you don't even know if you're gonna be dropping any of these songs. You make a bunch of songs. Let me tell you how the actual recording and mixing and mastering process goes. You record a bunch of these different songs, and there's only a small amount that ever make the cut. A lot of songs never even get to see the light of day just because you don't like it. You don't want to put that out into the public. So you're telling me, why would you go out here and pay for all of these beats and half of them you're not even going to use? And it's like, you're pushing out so much quantity that it would be almost illogical to be paying for all of these beats unless you just wanted to go broke. You know what I'm saying? Paying for beats shouldn't be a thing that beginner artists should really have to worry about. I say don't even worry about paying for beats the first few years of you making music, until you actually start getting traction to your music. And once you figure out how to like actually start getting traction to your music and you're actually seeing money from your music, it's just a wasted investment. You should be focusing on the same money that you use to put into paying for those beats. You should be using to market your music and getting more eyes on your music so you can eventually have to worry about that issue in the future. Nobody cares about your music right now. That's the bottom line. Nobody cares about your music right now. Get more people to listen to your music. That is your only concern. Stop worrying about these beats. Stop worrying about these producers looking up under their videos in the description saying they'll copyright you if you use it without their permission. None of that stuff matters until people listen to your music. So keep that in mind. These producers are literally trying to trick you into spending money for no reason. If you look up under their videos, under that the description, they say you need to buy this beat or you'll get a copyright strike and you'll get your song taken down. They won't do any of that stuff until people start listening to your song. Like, nobody cares until people listen to that song. So always keep that in mind. As for right now, it's you versus you. But all right, everyone, if you're a beginner audio engineer or a recording artist and you're struggling with that first step I talked about earlier, which is the mixing and mastering process, click down below and I'll give you a detailed step-by-step tutorial on how to mix with stock plugins inside FL Studio, which will 5 times the speed of your progression to getting better sounding music, and I can guarantee that. Hope you got a lot of value out of this video. I will catch you all in the next one.